Alrighty. 1 second. I forgot I need to set up coordinates There we go. So today is Jurassic Park Super Nintendo. I'm doing some tutorial bits on this. Let me make sure I got the size right here. There. Eh. Nope. There. Alright, I do have to turn up the volume now. Since it's super quiet after the Life Force MSU. So, as I said, this is going to be the tutorial for Jurassic Park N8% Classic speedrun. This is one myself and Halderim have pushed to the limits, I think. It's not totally grinding out to the end game, but we are closing in on what can be possible. There's
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Test work being done by Halderim with the current route. Halderim is trying to get it down to a sub 38 for the TAS. It is very, very close to that point. And recently he was able to get a sub 40 on an actual live run, not TAS. We both knew that was possible, as our sum of bests have definitely shown. But this is just getting the baseline idea for how the run goes and flows. There are some parts that are a little bit advanced. I mean, there is not a lot of high detail work in this run. There's no intense glitches, there's no frame perfect mumbo jumbo, there's tight jumps, and there's some neat little tricks. Some of these neat little tricks will make or break, which is the raptor respawn, but that's very simple to achieve. And that's what this tutorial is going to cover, is basic route that can't be changed, what can be changed in the route currently, until someone finds a skip for the mountain to get to the ship that's viable. I don't think the run route is going to change much. So I will also be using this opportunity to set up save states for my own practice later on when I come back to the grind. But for now, we hit start. So we start off here. There is one egg right near us, but we can't quite reach it immediately. That is one of the eggs that you can pick up at almost any point in time. We pass by it so many times. Trying to find the best chance to grab it is hit or miss. I think it's best to get it on the way down to the ship. the second time. Mostly because I will have plenty of ammo and I don't have to worry about the tight ammo routing at first. Once you get to the visitor center and do the rooftop and get the security one, you're going to have so much ammo, it's not even going to be funny. So what we're going to do to start is up and right, do a little bit of an up. Now there's a slight pixel here that you can go to. You can either go above it on the corner, or if you're at the corner. So right now, if I'm pushing up, I'm stuck at the corner. For optimal placement, you want to kind of be a little bit over it. You'll see me go up a little bit more a lot in my runs, and then just hit straight right into this wall and oh yeah, I'm used to zombies. I hate my neighbors currently. So our Y button shoots our secondary weapon, which we currently don't have. A is our primary, which is going to be your rockets, your darts, your shotgun rounds, and your taser. You can hit select when you have any of the others besides taser. Taser is your default. You'll always have that. You can use select to switch between that and whatever weapon you've picked up and taser. You can only have one secondary weapon, and there's honestly only one you should ever have. Do not use smoke grenades. They are useless and worthless, especially on the ship. They will not kill the dinosaurs on the ship, which is very important to know. So before I get to that, let's go through the basic route. There's one divergence you can do here. We are going to go straight to the raptor pen. It helps if I jump. So this is the first trick. It is not a required trick. I like to line up with this fence, give or take, like close to it, and then between that and the smoke canisters. So what that does is it lines up for the trees up ahead. Now you can hit the gate here. To do this and give yourself a little bit more leeway, but we don't need that because you can just walk to the edge and jump straight across. This one's very free. Just don't try and do it the other way, because the other way you're actually stuck. You can't walk through this. We are going to cover river jumps in a little bit, but for now we're going to walk close to the edge and go just literally jump across. Not much to this jump. So that's why I said you want to line up with about that smoke grenade and the fence. That gets you perfectly in line here to skip this. Now, you can go ahead and grab an egg up top here. It's not necessary. Some runners have done it. If you do, tag this. Why? Because you're going to take a death warp to get off the mountain quicker. Now this I do much later in the run, since this is one of the eggs that we need, and honestly you don't want to do, like, I don't like to do too much out of the way of the important stuff first. Oops. So what I typically do is I go straight to the pen from here, but if you wanted to do this route, there is no change because this is one of the divergent paths. Hit it here. Like, you want to hit it on the bottom to the right side. Why? Anytime we do a death warp to a motion detector, we end up where we touched it at when we come back. So what we're going to do is not walk down the mountain. Walk back down the mountain, I should say. We're going to save this rock right here. Pick up the egg and squish. Yo, tasty wall meat, welcome in. So you can see I'm right where I touched that motion detector. So that's the first divergence. Don't have to. I typically use this one or save this one for the second time we go to the raptor pen, which just talking about how free it was, is right here. Now that we can do a diagonal jump here, but I'm just going to do a simple walk over and jump. Those thorns do hurt you. I'm going to wiggle a little bit here because what that does is it gives us a nice lineup on these compies usually. Not always, but usually. They're annoying and not really run breaking, but for high level, they honestly can be. It's a full second lost every time you get knocked back. You can grab these rockets. You don't necessarily have to. One thing I really should point out is I'm using the version 0 cartridge, which is the made in Japan version. The made in Mexico, assembled in Mexico cartridge is the revision A, revision 1 ROM, which you will typically find online. That one does not have some of the tech we are going to use available to us. So you want to find revision 0, the Steam or Switch, the Jurassic Park collection pack is the same as version 0. So if you have that available, that is, you can do everything I can show you. There's one thing that's big time difference between the two, and it'll be demonstrated very quickly coming up here. So we're going to go inside the raptor pen. This is always first stop, not because it's hard, not because it's RNG, but because we need to get 2 cards out of here. So we're going to hold B to go down 2 floors. Select. So you'll see me hit L and R a lot. What that does is gives me more speed in turning, and if I just hit those, it's a lot smaller of a turn. But that plus L or plus left or plus right, whichever one you're doing, will increase your speed of your turns. So we're going to use that a lot in some of these movements. I need to exit again because I was stuck in here. So forward, hard right. So version 0 ROM lets us get behind this Dilophosaurus without having to kill it. That's why it's fairly important. We don't want to kill any of these dinosaurs in the first few rooms for good reason. We're coming back here a second time and they're dying on this floor. It's halfway through this area and we don't want to have to walk back out. Death warps are free. Then we just lose time if we fail them. So we're going to run over here, grab the night vision goggles battery, and probably die. Shocking. That was not supposed to die there. So the raptors patrol are on a timer from the time you enter the floor. So we're going to do that again. I'm going to go my normal speed. Select. Forward, hard right. I'll grab a little extra ammo for the heck of it. So we're actually trying to avoid too much damage here. Go over here, grab our night vision goggles, which has already been picked up. Hard left right there to grab this food. We don't need those rockets. We're going to take some hits here. Grab this food here too. Let's just get through. Now we can start killing things. I have extra ammo. I try and aim for the raptor and one Dilophosaur or the other, depending on where I ended up when I stopped turning, or where the raptor was pointed at. So we want to take at least one hit. This is all about health management and getting our health low enough to take a death warp quickly. You don't have to do that at first. You can stay at full health all the way there, but you're going to want to leave a couple of dinosaurs to death warp out, especially once you get to the key cards. When you just grab these key cards and get the heck out. Now we'll grab these rockets because it makes for a little bit easier time. There's a raptor right there. Not anymore. This health pack, try to avoid it later on. You can grab it and it'll completely refill your health. Starting out, not a big deal. Again, we're just trying to get the baseline so you can understand the run. So we're going to go in here. This is a very linear area. It's straightforward. There is one door divergence, but that is inaccessible until you have security clearance 2, which is when we go back to the ship the second time. So we're not going to see that room anywhere for quite some time. So we're going to go ahead and hit B. We're going to go down to the next floor and hold forward. Wiggle a little bit to the right. We're going to go straight in through here. Now, I don't care about these guys. I'm just going to go ahead and get them out of the way so I can talk freely. They'll give you a little bit of damage along the way. So we're going to go into this door here, the hard right, into this door. From there, there's 2 ways you can go. You can keep going in a long loop around, or utilizing the Revision 0 ROM. You can wiggle past this one and go in this door. It is slightly faster. We're just going to keep going right here and then kill this raptor. There is a second raptor in this room. He's going to say hello. So that's one way of going through it. I don't care about ammo right now. I'm going to be dying a lot anyways. So this is where we just came in from there. This is that first door on the right after coming out of the elevator after a slight right. So there's our elevator. We're going to come in through this door right there. Hook a right. This is the other way. We can take this door on the right there, which is slightly shorter. Or we take this route. It's a little bit longer, but I found it a lot easier to manage health. Because we just want a little bit of health, like you see right now. Sometimes, there is a Dilophosaur that spawns right in this corner. I call it the lucky Dilophosaur, or the lucky spitter. A lot of times I come in here and I am at the health mark above where I was just at when I got spit on by the other Dilophosaur. So I use that one to hit me down to as low as possible. Because in here is a raptor and keycard. Yes, I have not been able to determine what makes it spawn, and no one else has either. It's always like, do we have it? Do we not? It's kind of yay or nay. So we're just going to run straight to this keycard and just stand still. There we go. We have located Muldoon's keycard, I think. So from there, we're going to come right back in. I should have mentioned something. So when we death warp, a little bit of a time save is making sure you're close to the center of the door when you go in the first time. So anytime you do a death warp and you have to go right back in, we do this twice. Try to make sure you're at the center or slightly to the right of the door, because what that does, or sorry, 3 times, but the visitor center one is a little bit more forgiving. What that does is it lets you get a completely no-look re-entry when you hold up to go right back into the door. It can save a second to a second and a half. So what we're going to do now that we have night vision goggle battery and the bottom floor key card, we're going to go to Ian Malcolm's key card. Hit B for 1 floor down. Select. Grab the shotgun ammo. Say hello to the spitter. Grab this raptor. You can back up or turn around. Key card is right there. And a second raptor. Usually. I don't know where the heck it was. So now that we have both of those key cards, we are free to head towards the ship. All right. No. Wait. Yes. Yes. We're heading towards the ship next. It's been a little bit. Apologies. So we're going to go down this side here. There's going to be a compy right there. And there's going to be a dragonfly down here. So we're going to shoot shortly after we come off there. So this is the first river jump. Not required. The bridge is not far away from here, so if you had extended that bridge, you can go ahead and take that bridge back, as it's right here. I think. No, the bridge is right here, so it's not super far out of the way. Not required, but that's not what we're here for. So to make these river jumps, this one in particular, because we have trees on the other side that can block us, we want to line up close to these trees as much as possible. Not, it doesn't have to be perfect. But the next part is, see where my line is for the radar? You want it to be very close to the edge of the riverbank. Jump, jump. There's a few pixels of leeway, not a lot. So if you're just a touchdown, that's too far. This is fine. We're 1 pixel lower. We're fine. This, also fine. That was like 3 pixels low. But the max, or the highest you can be is this pixel. So if you are trying to get it so I'm on that black, that's not going to make it. That is the pixel above the black dot of the shadows. This is the black dot of the shadows. Does not make it. You need to be at least here, down. And no more than here. I think this is the pixel below the black ball of shadows. Nope, that's fine. But if you're 1 pixel lower than that, not happening. Very likely. I'm trying to get it to that pixel to test, because I've never actually tested it myself. I just winged it after so long. I didn't know the exact amount of pixels, because I also play on CRT now. So this is 2 pixels below the darkest shadow in the center here. Splash. That is the first pixel of failure. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pixel window, which is about what I thought. 3 to 4 pixels. So you also can't be too far to the right. The easy way that I like to gauge it is this bush right here, or this tree foliage there. So if you're into the trees, you're going to get hung up on the branches here. You can't walk past that. So this is where I like to come down, as around close to this line. And then, boom. From there, just jump over. But if you're too far to the right, I'm trying to find the spot. So yeah, see how my elbow's on that shadow or the grass line there. Let's see if that is too far. That is okay. Okay. Trying to find the closest spot to it. There is a lot of leeway on the left to right. So I'm 1 pixel away from that one. That's too far down. And Grant does a little circle turn as you go like up and down. It takes some getting used to. So I'm now 2 pixels away. This is almost guaranteed to hit the wall. Yeah. So you don't want to be too far to the right. Oops. So we jump across. And then head straight down. I will switch to the taser here. Launch a bola shot there because that Dilophosaur does not respawn. And tasers on the compies here make your life so much easier. So we have to get an egg off the top of the mountain. You can get this on any of the 3 visits. I like to get it out of the way first. Again, this one does respawn, but you're not going to hit it with anything else from that distance. You don't want to have to jump over corpses. That's why we're using the bola shot and not our shotgun rounds. So avoid those 2 rocks. We're going to head up to the right here. You can grab these bolus shots either on the way down or the way up. Either one works. You're going to have enough rounds to get up there and back to grab the single egg. I like to grab them on the way down or on the way up. Shoot one there. Now this, we try to not kill the compy up top by the egg. Why? Because that one likes to knock into us right after we pick up the egg. It is an RNG pickup, and sometimes it just knocks you completely away from the egg, and then you just got to blast it away. And yeah, a little annoying little bugger, but it's very helpful to us to leave it alive most times. The other one, however, can be a pain in the butt, but you want to face backwards so you get knocked in the opposite direction. Try not to face downward when you're going for that damage boost. We're going to ignore that Dilophosaur. That one doesn't matter to us. So this little corner right here I used to line up for a skip, if you will, on the raptor coming up that jumps out. If you do it properly, you can just keep on walking by, or we just have to kill it. Either way, there is a raptor upcoming that jumps out at us, and if you're in the right spot, you can just walk right past it and it does nothing to you. Otherwise, you're going to get a little bit of knockback. And that's you walked right past it, but you still got knocked back. So this rock right here, the other route around the mountain is slightly faster. That rock is the pain in the ass. I'll deal with that when we come to the divergence on the route on the way back. It's harder on the way back than it is on the way forward. So we're going to go down here and be ready to have our bola shots going because there's a Dilophosaur we have to kill. Does not respawn. There is going to be a raptor popping up at us. Ignore it. Just run right past it and shoot a bola shot. Well, Dilophosaur was on the way back because I was already I let it move around too much. So from here, there's an egg down to our left that we're going to go to. I like to to shoot a couple of shotgun rounds at the Dilophosaur here. I'll go to this patch of grass and then turn left, do a jump, double tap, boom, Dilophosaur's down. So there's the egg here. We have to get this egg. If you really need it, there's a med kit right here. I will pick it up just because my health is lower than what I typically like here. I try to avoid the motion detector. It's not going to really do you too much good in this case. Unless you want to go for one of the eggs, which I don't think you want to, that are around the ship. Because you're going to do that coming out of the ship when you have the respawn at the door. So from here, there's two different ways to address getting to the ship. Turning up at that shotgun round gets us up here. Now you can go over this and over the sign and shoot rounds from behind to hit that. The other way, you can go up through here. Alright, you need to go away. So you'll just come back up, turn up at this, or turn at the shotgun rounds. I am going to pick these up because they're not as important now. But right around this patch, like this patch right here, try and go up and right diagonal. We're going to hit this grass. I'm trying to remember my lineup. No. We're going to make our way to this grass over here, this patch here. There's your other advantage to shoot that. 7 shots gets it completely clear and you don't have to worry about it. You can only have 4 shotgun rounds on the screen at a time, which is enough to make the jump. So you can just blast 4 and get it that way. So that's to the ship the first time. Don't touch these until... These are zap panels. Don't touch them. So we're going to go in the ship for the first time. We're going to clear out the first floor. If you are quick enough, this one shows up like clockwork and you won't take any damage from it. I was a little slower because I was talking. So we're going to come here. I missed completely. Avoid these gas grenades right next to us. So we're going to walk in here. There's a patrolling one right here. And then there's going to be 2 raptors back here in the back patrolling. I usually make it back here in time for the one raptor to be walking to the right, usually right in front of the door. So I hesitate for a quarter second and then go. Because that lets me get behind it, shoot a bullet shot, and take care of both of them at the same time. We need to grab this night vision goggles. Now we have night vision goggles for the entire ship. So this is the back end of the first floor. We're going to go from the back room to grab the night vision goggles. If you're low on health, you can do this side first. There's a raptor there and one here. We're going to keep going through this door. There's going to be one raptor here and one patrolling here. There's one in this room up ahead. Hopefully he's off to the left. As I said, the raptor positions are based on how long you've spent in the floor you're on for the ones that patrol. Some don't patrol, some just stand there. This is one of the patrolling ones. And usually by the time I get there, it's in the left corner, like behind the door. So we're going to come in here, open the door. It's not by the med kit, so it's still on the left. It might not be a patroller. Come over here, bolus shot as you turn back around. If you need health, grab the med kit. Now we want shotgun rounds for the most part on the ship. What that does is give us a non-lethal single shot option for our raptor respawns. We're going to go in here. This is the 3rd farthest room. There's a raptor right there in front of the thing. There's 2 in this back room. We got a patroller and a stationary. The stationary is to the left. And a lot of times when you come in here, they're going to be right in line with each other. Perfect way to clear them out. Patroller can be a little bit of a pain to target at the same time, but that's why we grab a little bit of extra rounds. We want to make sure we keep a handful of bolus shots for a raptor respawn because we need an explosive dinosaur killer, and there are no bolus shots on the first or second floor. There's rockets, but that's a little harder to accomplish with, or accomplish the raptor respawn with, because that involves literally changing your ammo quickly, and we don't have to change it if it's on bolus snares. So more shotgun rounds. There's a patroller right here. Now, this back room, yo, Chris Laser, welcome in. We don't have to go in here. I will point out the exact raptor we have to kill. That when we kill that one, this one in here dies. We don't ever have to deal with this raptor in the ship. As long as you kill this one other specific raptor. Data on some of the dinosaurs is tied together. Ignore this computer. It does nothing for us. Food here. One raptor here. And we got actually kind of lucky as the other raptor is right near the elevator. You can see its green eye. Well, from this vantage, you can see the green dot. That's its eye. So I know that raptor's right there. That's actually a patrolling raptor. So it's very rare to see it stationary by the elevator. So we're going to go ahead and kill it. If you need extra shotgun ammo, it's right there. So that's first floor clear. So what we're going to do is go down to the second floor. We're not going to go down to the third floor unless for some reason you mess up the death warp with the raptor respawn. I'm going to set up a save state here. So we're going to go down, hit select to open the door. We're going to grab these rockets and turn a hard right and fire a rocket as we're turning to face these doors. You'll always hit the raptor that way. I'm using R to line up the shot because you can only have one rocket on the screen at a time, and we want to conserve our bolus shots. So it'll be rocket, forward, bolus, turn, rocket, turn. That clears out all three in the fastest way possible. I do this differently than Haldorim. Haldorim will take his time a little bit and back out of this room, but I've already made the turn and I'm slightly in the door. So I just finished the turn as I'm holding up and going through. I will re-grab the shotgun ammo, and usually by this time the raptor's right in this vicinity and I'm able to shoot the raptor then. Trees are annoying. Also be very careful. Sometimes you can soft lock running into them. It's happened to me before. So try to not hit the trees as much as possible. It's very rare for it to happen, but it can happen. Now there's 5 more dinosaurs on this floor. We are going to save one of the 3 in the last room. There's 2 in this room. Usually a little bit to the right of center on the door is where that one's at. We're going to go here, turn hard, double tap, because Dilophosaurs take 2 shotgun rounds, raptors take 3. Now, coming in here, I'm going to take a little bit of damage before this. I'm going to bolus shot here. That kills 2. I save this one. Haldorim saves the back one. I will grab the card. And from here, we're going to do a raptor respawn. What we're going to do is bowl a snare, wait half a second, fire a shotgun round. Not even half a second. We want to put a little bit of a delay, but not too much, because we're going to shoot the explosion with a non-lethal round. You can be a taser if you absolutely need it. That also works. But we have to hit the exploding cloud to cause the game to think, oh, there's a dinosaur here and it's a raptor. Because that's how this game works somehow. So we're going to go walk closer. I'm going to take a little bit of damage here. Slight delay. Hey, now we have a raptor. But because this was the last one we killed on the floor, that that floor of the ship is now set for the flag that it's clear. So we don't ever look at that floor again. Do not stop on that floor on this next trip to the ship. I will reiterate that. It is very important to not revisit that floor. Because what that does, if you revisit it, it takes off the flag that that floor was clear. But it has to be the last one you kill that you do the respawn on. That sets the flag, but still gives you a dinosaur to death warp from. So from here, again, divergent path if you really want to. You can go grab the eggs. Oops. And then I think here? No. But there's a spot in the version 0 that you can jump off the ship and you just land in the water. I was looking for that. I don't remember where that's at. But you just grab the eggs, jump off. That's all you got to do. Then there's another one up here. I do this much later. I do this after I do the ship clear, instead of after the first floor. Why? Because that's less I have to redo if I fail anything else. There is an extra life here, which can save a few seconds. See how I can't walk past that Dilophosaur because it's got a body. If I would have had an explosive round, I would not have to worry about that. I can not have to jump over it or whatever. Alright, so from here, we're going to go back across the mountain. We're going to have a raptor pop up in our way, guaranteed. So, we can go up here on the right, on the left side here, or we can take the dangerous route and tuck here to get knocked back. That lets us wiggle behind this one. And then we can walk this way back. Again, this way is slightly faster than going across the top of the mountain. I prefer to use taser here. If you tuck against this with bottom wall, you'll never get touched by that Dilophosaur from going that way. I should specify that. So these compies do respawn, I believe. If you feel froggy, jump and shoot, you'll kill a compy. So from here, there is that egg that you see at the very beginning. You can grab it now. Again, I will grab it later. We're going to head back to where we start the game at. We're going to shoot 7 rounds. 6 to 8 rounds, I should say that. At the gate, at the gate device. What that will do is if we get the gate off screen fast enough, it will be open by the time we come back. So we don't have to wait for it to open back up. Small time save, and not super important if you happen to miss the timing. So we're gonna go down here. Once we hear the raptor come out, I shoot 3 rounds. Yeah, I didn't hear it that time. So I'm definitely in the lower health. Tuck close to this, not too close to the tree where you'll get hung up on that branch, but you'll avoid both raptors there. So this is Nublar shed. From here, this is where we turn the power on, which is one of the objectives. And then, actually behind the door I'm facing right now is the raptor that must die. But we're not going to get to that just yet. You can kill this one, it doesn't have to. But I am going to kill one of the Dilophosaurs in here just so I can make it to the generator. The generator is that yellow bar right there. Because my health is so low, I'm just going to walk in, touch it, and die from the other Dilophosaur. Not ideal, but if for some reason your health is low, it's actually faster to do that. Again, the only penalty you have for deaths is if you end up having to take continue, it's like an extra 5 seconds. But you just end up back at the beginning of the building that you were in, or the last door you've came out of, or the last motion detector you've touched. That's all that happens when you die. You have unlimited continues. And yeah, we use death warps a lot. So this raptor, priority number 1, must die. This now set the flag for ship floor 1 clear. That one that I pointed out no longer exists. That one just because he's cheeky, and you don't want to. You usually be at just low enough health if you're going quick to tank one hit right here. And there's a Dilophosaur right in the door, and will hit you. And a raptor coming at you as soon as you come out of the door. Food is right there if you can survive it. There is another raptor in this room behind the food, but it won't come at you if you just go straight to the door. There is a raptor to the right on this room, so we're going to go left. We can grab some extra ammo if we want. I need to take some damage here. You can kill this raptor, you don't have to. Again, damage purposes. This is our last visit in this place. Gennaro's keycard. Death warp out. There's 2 Dilophosaurs in. After Nublar shed. This is way early in there. This is... Yo, Commodore Canadia, welcome in. Yeah. So right after Nublar, we turn the generator on and get Gennaro's card. From there, we leave, head down. Not into the jerk nuggets. Down and to the left, past that motion detector. Jump. We'll end up grabbing that 1 egg. Up, shoot, and then here is the way up. I forgot about these 2 eggs. My apologies. Make sure that rock falls. I like to kill that Dilophosaur because it loves to block my access to the final rock. I know, right, Coconut? Reset. I'm doing a tutorial for the whole run. So we want to dodge that rock, grab the egg, and then we go splat here If I didn't kill that Dilophosaur, most times it ends up hitting me. And they are our friends. Let them do their dirty work once you've gotten the card. So we're going to head back. Turn right here. It's going to be a raptor right there. Jump over. Grab these, because by the time you grab it, that raptor's right there and you can just shoot and jump. The jump is so you clear the corpse that's not there, or that's not visible. Once the death animation's gone, the corpse is no longer there and you don't have to jump. But because you're still jumping while there's an explosion going on, you'll end up jumping over that. It's just a very quick one A-B while you're just holding up there. That's the only biggest reason why we grab those rockets. So hold right here, fire a rocket to keep that going open. Now we're going to head left. Motion detector if you need it for a safety save. Because now we're going to go through the maze. There are a handful of eggs we need to grab in here. Jump this, go down, grab these, shoot a rocket. We're going to head a little bit here. I will shoot a snare here. And you can kill that dragonfly. You don't have to, but a lot of times it's going to be very annoying and knocking you into everything, and has caused me to die in this actual area because it'll knock you into the electric floor there. So we're going to jump over here from collecting that egg. Go down, and we're going to go down to the left. Wiggle, there's going to be a Dilophosaur right there. I should have been ready for it. Keep going down and left. Keep going down and left. Nothing but down and left. A little more left than down right there. Grab this egg, turn around, bolus shot, jump. Corpse. That's to jump over their bodies again, because they're still exploding. Now be ready to fire a snare or a rocket here. I was a little bit early, because that one will come out and say hi. That one will too. There's a third one yet. Not here. Up here at these rockets, of which I will grab. You don't have to. I do it even in my runs because it's faster than grabbing the rockets in the thing. This is our final egg in this area. We grab it, head down. Wiggle a little bit so we're clear of the branches on the left. Just keep going for the Triceratops. Go left here. Alright, from right here, we're going to go... We have two options. We can take a damage boost facing to the right, so we get knocked to the left off of a raptor that's going to come out. Or we just go diagonal down right after bouncing into the trees there, so we kill the raptor, and then fire to the left to kill the second raptor. Okay, it didn't want to be in the right spot. So just keep going down here. This is the beach shed. This is one we will be using a revisit in. So you want to try to make sure you're at least in the close to the middle of the door when you go in, so we can get that lookless re-entry. So from going in, I like to hold hard left, which is up left and L. So we get into this door. You can kill these, they don't have to die. I like to take a little bit of damage there. There is rockets right behind me. We're going to take a death warp off this raptor. Just run right into it. The cards are literally right behind it. You can't miss it even if you have very little health. So I was a little bit off to the left of it, so I didn't get the re-entry for free. So now we've got Nedry's card. The one that we picked up in the ship was Dr. Wu's card. Nedry's and Wu's card gives us access to the visitor center, second floor, where we can get security clearance 1. So from here, turn right, fire a shot. There's still a second card we need from here. This is where I've had a lot of runs die, because you're going to take a lot of damage in this route. Bolus shot. I actually won't have enough for all the bolus shots. I'll have plenty of rockets because I grabbed extras. There's going to be one here around the corner. There's going to be two here, so this would be a bolus shot, but I don't have enough bolus. There's going to be two here. Again, a bolus shot clears both. This is the Hellway. Two raptors, two Dilophosaurs, raptor and a Dilophosaur. 3 rooms. We need to go straight through. You're going to take a heavy hit right here. But there's health, turn, I shoot. Just to keep the damage to a minimum. We're just going to tank this. We're going to have at least one raptor in the way here. Now, if you have the extra ammo, kill him. It's not going to hurt anything. We do want to keep our health low, but not super low. So there's going to be a spitter here to help us adjust that. There's going to be a raptor right inside this door patrolling left to right. But there's also food a little bit to the right of this door. We're going to try and avoid that food because we are aiming for the card on the back left wall from here. So we're going to come in this door and go hard left. If we are unlucky, that raptor is going to be right there. So be ready to shoot just in case, but that's usually our faster ticket out. Raptors do more damage than Dilophosaurs, but we're going to walk right past 2 Dilophosaurs. There's 4 in here and 2 raptors. The other raptor's on the far right corner, well, near right corner from us right now. Okay, we didn't have the raptor. We're going to take a hit here. Here's our card. And boom, we are out. That's all we need from there. So we're going to get the heck out of here and head to the visitor center. Same way, just in reverse. And without the left side detour. You're going to need 2 shots. 1. I hang around on the left side just a little bit beyond the trees. You can frame perfect despawn the Triceratops on the way down, or when it's coming down. Don't count on it. It's happened like 2 or 3 times for me in runs. Not any real time save, but it's kind of fun. But hanging around the left side, I count branches. I go 1, 2, hug, because I hug the wall. 1, 2, hug. Then I wiggle back out. I'm going to grab these just so I have extra ammo. You don't need to, but again, I'm going slower pace, so not everything's going to be in the same exact spot from where I'm used to. We're going to have one more shot coming up here, right here. So I'll go downward, diagonal right, and fire a shot into the trees, because by the time I bounce off those other trees, that raptor's going to be alive and right there. So right back the way we came from, all the way up. Wiggle a little bit. You can hit L or R when the little cards come up with everybody telling Grant what to do and what not to do. So from there, we're going to go to the visitor center. This is fun because as long as you are that far over, you can enter the room or enter the visitor center. So we're going to go hard left, food if you need it, not necessary because we're going to refill anyways. We're going to go all the way to the top floor. If you're unlucky, you get caught and get spun around in the elevator the opposite direction you wanted to go or were trying to go. Utilize your L and R plus turn of left and right while you are in the elevator. That makes you turn faster, and you want to try and end up in the center and facing the elevator doors as quickly as possible. That will save time in a significant amount of it. So we're at the top floor. I hit A this time to go all the way up because we're going to hit the rooftop first. There's going to be 2 raptors in these 2 rooms, and then we're on the roof. So be ready to shoot as soon as you leave here because you'll hit the raptor. Grab health, grab both of the ammos, shoot again as soon as you enter the door, and exit. Go to the left. I prefer tasers when I'm dealing with the compies.
Mr. Grant.
You can jump over them. They're annoying. There's usually a raptor if you're taking this way. These take care of. They're almost always going to be bad for you. So if you can't avoid them, just get rid of them. So now we've gotten Hammond's card and we got the egg on the rooftop. That's all we need to do there. If you need health, hug a little to the right and you'll pick it up. Grab both ammos. You're going to want all this ammo. Rockets, not quite as important. Okay, down 1 floor. This is where we're going to get security 1. Now, leaving this door, you will always get hit. Just hold up, shoot. You'll hit the raptor, not get hit. You'll get hit by the officer. Hard right. And this far door here. Shoot this. Yeah, doors. I like to turn here and do a bullish shot. It's just a slight turn. Gets both of them. We need this computer. Try not to hit it straight on. And try not to hit it going towards the left, because that'll save you a little time on that. This is where we reboot the computer system. From here, we can't go to security yet. That's in the next computer we're going to go to. So instead, we're going to make the most of our time and go to gate operation here and open gate 1. That's all we need to do there. Exit out. I like to do a hard right, no forward, and that gets me away from the computer so I can just turn away. So this is where we're going to take a bit of damage along the way because we want to do a death warp off the next computer. I will aim for these bullish rounds, taking damage from that. There's a raptor there. You can kill this one, you don't have to. Why did I grab those shotgun rounds? I was not supposed to grab the shotgun rounds. You want rocket rounds. Do not grab the shotgun rounds. This guy can help take some or give us some damage. Alright, so now is the tricky part. I have enough health. There's a raptor in here. We're going to avoid that. There's also a med kit. Almost perfectly in our way. Try to avoid it. So hug a little to the right. Get in there. So we're aiming for that computer. Once you open the doors, the Dilophosaurus can hit you. There's 2 in that room. Be very careful. I almost died before I should have. You will take damage in the black screen going into the computer, but you won't die until you exit out. So from here, this is the only computer that can give you security 1 clearance. So from there, exit out. If you have some health, you can grab the rockets. I don't. Hold up, and boom, we're back in because we were transported right back to the roof. Grab some more ammo. The bullet shots are kind of important, but you're going to have plenty to get you through. Go hold B until it stops, which is 2 floors. Hold select. Then hold hard left. So we exit. Holding an input when you're leaving a building will give you that distorted image that we just saw. At least that's how I've ever seen it. Sometimes with, sometimes without, but usually with. So run across the top here. You can shoot a bola snare and hit one of the Gallimimuses, but it's not a big deal. We're going to hit that and go to the right. I count 2 shots, 1, 2, and on that second one I go up and right. This flower here is where you want to line up with, and this right here is where we shoot. That gets us into gate 1. So we're going to go down and around here. I like to jump and shoot because it doesn't hurt. And I always hit the Pachycephalosaur with that one. We're going to go up around here. A couple wiggles back and forth. I'll switch to the taser because we're dealing with compies. Much easier to hit them with that. For this egg back here, go back around to the front of the building because that's our next destination. Try to avoid getting hit by the Dilophosaur spit at all costs. You get disoriented, lose control of your character, and for like 4 seconds. Absolutely abysmal. Caused me many runs to end, especially on the last egg. So we just need to go into this one once, so it doesn't matter where we line up at on the door, we're just going to go in. With most doors, hold up and left, and that's the direction we need to go. Take a little bit of damage. Those don't have to die, I just do it so I feel better sometimes. Alright, there's only one floor to this. It's very uniform. Just keep going around in a circle. You're only going to see 3 dinosaurs before the room. I will usually keep this one alive and avoid the health. Alright, we're just going to beeline straight for the nerve gas. That's all you need in here. Get out of there. You don't have to press start to continue. You can mash B. If you keep hearing music, you know you have a continue after you've died. If you don't hear music, you're just going to respawn. No continue. So I go left here to about this wall, go down, shoot. Oh, nope. Nope. The block past it. Well, you can only use rockets on that. Kind of hug against the wall, and you should get missed by the raptor. I was slow setting that up. Our health doesn't matter here because we're going to take another death warp right back to that building. Just go up and left as much as possible because we need this egg. Here's the fun one. Let me set up a save state because you can just go touch the dart, stop. I like to go as soon as you cross this flower line. That's when it shows up. So if we go flower, turn around, jump. It's making a liar out of me. I was not quite crossing the flower, which in all honesty, I failed that in my PB. So at this time, that's the 4026. Oh gosh. Anyhow, back to this line here. Once you've gotten that egg and death warped back, we just make our way back to the ship. This is when I will pick up that one egg by the beginning. And if you need it, you will cross right by the safety motion detector there. So from here, straight down. Like as soon as you cross this tree, straight down. Fire around, you'll kill a Dilophosaur. Egg. Keeps it simple. Very near to your route because you're going to go right back up here. Yeah. 2 of the 3 respawned. So not all those compies will come back. Those 2 will. we're going to go ahead and go this way around. So I can show how you make it away, or make your way around this one. That copy's on the other level. You don't have to worry about it. So from here, we're going to have to deal with that rock again. I'm going to save state just so I can show it off. If you're lucky, you can just walk right through. If you're unlucky, you'll get hung up. Oops, wrong one. Trying to find that spot. Yeah, there is actually a pixel in there that you'll hang up on it. It's because you're touching the other rock, and if you're extremely unlucky about it, you will end up getting crushed by the rock. So be very mindful and pay attention if you're going this way around. If you see yourself stuck, immediately turn around. Immediately turn around. Otherwise, you will die by that rock. Well, almost always you'll die by that rock. So from there, we just go down here and to the ship. We don't have to worry about the raptor. It'll always spawn behind us and never reach us. Do a little bit of a wiggle up, and you'll make around that to the stairs. Go to the ship. Now, we're going to lose our rockets. There's no way around it unless you're going to lose a lot of time avoiding 2 pickups of shotgun rounds. Now remember, do not stop on the 2nd floor. Very important. If you need it, more shotgun rounds, I will grab them just to be safe. Now, one more time, do not stop till you bottom out the elevator, go down 2 floors. Don't let go of B till the 2nd ding, or until at least after the 1st ding. Like, don't do it. It's a trap. If you do that, you're gonna have to go and hunt down the raptor you respawned, which is very deep into that 2nd floor. So now we're on the 3rd floor. This is where things get fun. This is the most challenging part of the run, and very confusing, remembering everywhere to go. So select to get out of here. We're gonna head to the right. I will grab these shotgun rounds. 3 left. 3 straight. This is security 2, gate 2, in that order. Why? Because it takes longer to get out of gate select than it does security select. So we want gate 2 last. Boom. So security 2 achieved. Gate 2 is now unlocked. Through this door, 3 shots to the right now. Again, 3 shots, go to the right. Now we go left and left. 2, back up, turn around. Now this is where we ended up after going through those doors to gate 2, security 2. So we're literally just turned right around, went through the other door. Then we're going to go to the right, kill 2, or shoot 2. Be a little bit to the left of center here. Okay. A little bit, not much. This is a trick shot. You want to have both of the Dilophosaurs lined up as much as possible. You can bowl a shot, or you can fire 4 shotgun rounds. That is a tricky shot. You want to be lined up so that chain and the wall is gapped, right? So you can see only the one Dilophosaurus. If you're too far forward from here, you're going to hit the wall or the chains. So it's a narrow window, but not impossible. There's two more back here. And turn and shoot. There's one right behind the door. If you happen to need them, more bolus rounds. Doors are hard. Now we're going back through. This is the one that we came originally to the right with. We're going to go up here. There's one here. And then there's going to be one to our right and one to our left. I missed it. If you happen to need it, there is food and shotgun in that room right here. To reference, this is the room that we come out after Security 2 Gate 2. So this is our elevator. Same thing as before. Skip the middle floor. Do not stop. This is important for a different reason. What this will do is cause a lot more dinosaurs to spawn on the bottom floor rather than in all the cabins of the 4th floor. We are on floor 3, that is floor 4 and floor 5. So hold B till after the first ding. Now we hold select. Door opens. Grab the bazooka or the rocket rounds. We're going to see a lot of rooms crammed full of dinosaurs now. Fire around as soon as you enter any room of bolus. That'll kill off a lot of them. Are you really going to be a pain? Yes, you are. Fire here. Turn. Don't worry about the Dilophosaur on the left. You'll see why in a second. I'm going very slowly so you can see that it takes some lineup. There's 3 in here. Shoot as soon as you enter. Don't go fully in. Again, open the door, bolus shot. You're killing 2. I like to grab the health and rockets if I need it from there. Don't have to. Haldorim does not. Saves a little bit of time by not, of course. But I was going for consistency. I have not practiced this area as much as Haldorim. Then here, 2 in a row. Boom. Now, I do this differently than Haldorim because I actually, in mine, I don't use shotgun rounds for the last raptor respawn. I use the taser. Why? It was something different and I felt like being froggy. Shotgun rounds is more stable. But say hello, now say goodbye. That's why I said don't worry about that one. Its data was tied to a different a different dinosaur in that back room. One here. Oops. One here. 2 here. Walk in slowly. As soon as you hear the ding, back up, go forward. Because we don't want gas grenades. Ever. They don't kill the dinosaurs. 1. I'm hitting the wall instead of the raptor. 2. And then right here, this is the last dinosaur on this floor. So from here, if I was doing my route, I would have grabbed those rockets. We're going to do the classic route and grab the shotgun rounds for ease of raptor respawn. So now we go up 1 floor and get ready for some crazy stuff. So a little bit there. Double tap. That's the only dino back there. If you went to the bottom floor first. Haldorim will do this area different than I. I will do it as I have done it from muscle memory, which is come over here, double tap, come in here. This is, yeah, Ellie Sattler's card. Important for the run. We must get this card or the route we do does not work. This is the only, well, one of 3 cabin dinos. So take that one out. Haldorim will just shoot this one and then turn right. I like to chase the bullets down and go this route. Double tap. Double tap. Nothing in that back room. So we're going to turn the corner and shoot there. I will show. There is nothing back here. Here, we go left. Hard turnaround. Boom, boom. Alright, from here, we only need 1 explosive round. There's only 1 dinosaur left on the ship. And it's in the room with the mainland comm access computer. We can't do the mainland comms until we've gassed the raptor's nest, which we can't get to yet until we've cleared the ship and closed the visitor center. Well, we're doing this slightly out of order because you're supposed to go close the visitor center, clear the ship. Because that once you close the visitor center, you'll have access to knowing how many dinosaurs are on the ship per floor. We're going out of order for that because we can, and it makes it much faster. As long as you know that you've cleared all of them, you can do that. So we're going to come in here. The raptor's going to be to our left from here. I'm going to go in with bolus shot and then a shotgun round before the explosion disappears. Do not go to the right. There is a bed right near the computer. I have gotten soft locked at least twice by that bed, and I will never go hard right into this room. I would rather go left into this room than right. So boom, boom. A very quick thing. We want this thing to send us on home. So now we're back at the ship. This is when I would do the ship eggs, but we've already done that. Haldorim does them after the final visit. So now that the ship is clear, because we killed the last dinosaur on the floor and respawned off of that one, that flag is clear. That was the last floor that needed it. This is the way back. You'll always have that raptor there. You can try to jump over the body, but it takes a little bit to spawn in. Again, this is slightly slower, but you have a lot less avenues to bonk into the walls. That compy was going to block me anyway, so sorry, Dilophosaur, you're a casualty. Don't worry, it'll be back. Alright, from here, up and left. At the sign, shoot bolus. Clears them. Flower, turn. Boom. We're going to go right from here. Hard right. Raptor. Dilophosaur. We're just clearing the way. There's a health pickup right there. Very free. Grab the rockets. Don't worry about your health too much because there's another... Well, there is a forced med kit pickup along the way, so don't worry about health yet. Straight. There's our forced med kit. Take the hit. There's usually a raptor in this room. Sometimes, rarely, there's a Dilophosaur right in our way right there. Rarely. Let the raptor do some damage to us. That might be a little too much. This is Ellie Sattler's access point. We need the card to get into this elevator. Otherwise, closing the visitor center is a lot harder and slower because you'd have to come from the raptor's pen side to close it. So leave here, left, and then loop to the right hard so we touch this box. That's the message you want to see. That means the ship is cleared. If you see raptors can no longer enter the visitor center, you know you've screwed up and you have to go back to the ship. Unfortunate, but you want to see good Alan, the ship has been cleared. Let them send you home. Hold down. Well, after continue in this case, hold down. We're going to head to the right. If you feel like it, shoot. Boom. I'm going to have to go back and grab that egg from up top. This is my normal routing. Tag it low. Never listen to Nedry. 1, 2, 3. Up the rocks. Grab the egg. And squish. Hold right. Let them send you over, because you're going to want lower health anyways. If you need it, grab the rockets. Not necessary. Straightforward. Elevator on the left. All the way down. Hard right. Same way as before. If you want them, grab more bolus rounds. This is why we keep the friends along for the ride. I'm going to be too low of health to take a raptor hit. I didn't want to risk dying way too soon. There is a med kit in this room to the right side. Try to avoid it. You want to be very low health at this point. Communications. Same position, ship comms. Boom. That's all we need to do here, and then we can get the heck out. If you're feeling froggy, you can back up out of there, but again, you're very likely to hit that med kit. Let the raptor send us home. So we're going to go to the right. Gate 2 is unlocked, which is to our right. So this is a point where Haldorim and I diverge in our routing. You can go straight to the raptor nest from here, which is north. You want the north entrance. It's the easiest way to get to the raptor eggs to deploy the nerve gas. I will go to the right and down to collect the eggs first. So I'll tag this as a death warp point. Take some damage. I have to kill this one. Grab the egg. Just walk up. Boom. I had to continue. Then from here I go up and right. Really? You little jerk nugget. If you're feeling really froggy, keep a Pachycephalosaur alive for boosting. Because here's our entrance to the raptor nest. Now, we don't have to make it all the way to the eggs, but we have to at least make it to the corner that we can see them. That is important because there's like 3 raptors in that vicinity, and they're helpful. They like to say hello. Just mash Y so we get both these dead. You don't have to grab extra ammo. This part gets very confusing. I'm just trying to kill as many along the way. So from entrance, we go straight forward to the rockets, turn right, go to the rockets, turn left. That ends us. That's where the rockets were. We're going to turn to the left here. Try to avoid going into the Jurassic Park sign. Seriously, it's a soft lock if you get stuck in the walls. It does happen. Game's perfect, right? Anyhow, from there, take that first right, go straight. From here, we're going to go right. You can get rid of this one. It's not going to matter. Then we're going to take this first left. That one I probably could have stayed alive. That one bet that you just saw back there is one of the ones that's on patrol that we want to keep alive because it's going to send us back. There's going to be one more here. You can go either this way or this way around. I prefer this way. It's slightly faster. There's rockets here. I'm waiting for that one to get past while I talk. So we just need to get to this corner and turn. We don't even have to turn. But you can see the eggs behind this raptor. This corner is as far as you need to make it. This sets the flag if you have the nerve gas that you've once you've collected the nerve gas and you make it here. This sets the flag that the nerve gas has been planted. I know it's very hard to see the eggs behind this raptor, but they are there. That's all that needs to happen. You don't have to make it any further into this area than that. Once that's done, take your death warp out. And if you followed Haldorim's route, you'll go and pick up that lower egg that I death warped from. Do not go left in this area. That's the T-Rex. You will die. So, safety measure. Tag this. Because we're going to do the final and most difficult river jump. You can skip it, but it's a lot harder to do, and the pressure is on at this point if you feel that for the run. It is you have an open exit, but again, you have a 3 to 4 pixel window of making the jump across the river. Around here, if you didn't have the Pachycephalosaur blocking the shot, I will take a boost off there to lower health. It's not necessary. Again, we want to make sure we are close to the river, the top of the riverbank. Doesn't have to be exact, but at least close. That is like last pixel, and we're over. But that whole other way is wide open, so you don't have to worry about your left or right position. Just your where you start the jump from. I will take the top route instead of the back route this time, just so you see both routes in full. Try not to hug the top of the walls. Alright. My damage is low. We don't need more than that. Or my health is low. We don't want to be, like, almost dead. We want to have a little bit of health leeway. Because there's only one, well, two dinosaurs left on the ship, but we only care about the one, which is at the mainland comms. Haldoran will bounce off of these once he gets here to almost death and then go in. If I can do it, doing the death warp or the damage boost backwards off the gate does not really cost much time, if any at all. Avoid hugging that wall so you avoid the food. Because again, lower health is best for this. There's nothing to fear once you've cleared the ship. Mind you, making sure that that one dinosaur on the 4th floor is still alive saves minutes. We're going to take the left way off the elevator instead of the right. The right is through a whole cascade of doors. The left side is 2 doors to the right, or left, right, right, left. And now we are at that room with the elevator. But because we had to clear out the dinosaurs, we needed to go through all those little ones. Just 1 floor down. Right. A little bit of a wiggle to the right. Hard left right here to this door. And we are at mainland comms. A little bit leaning to the right from the door center will get us there. Mainland comms first, because it's faster to get out. Just go up here, hold A on that. Now we need gate 3. Do not forget gate 3. I say that every run. Do not forget gate 3. Why? Because that's where we win the game at. Alright. Now, there is 1 egg left. And the helipad. Rocket and jump. Rocket and jump. Stay low. Hug that. Now, gate 3 is down by Nublar shed. That's the one that's open from the very beginning of the game. One rocket does the job. You'll also want to take a damage boost off of it. On the raptor sound I shoot, I jump early here so I can just turn around and take a damage boost. This sets me up for a 2-hit kill off of the final Dilophosaur. Now, if you don't like being killed by the Dilophosaur, the Triceratops is a reasonable one. What did I forget? Good thing is, they're right here. Okay. We go over here. Helipad. We got 1 egg left. Touch the left side there. That's important. It saves a little bit of time and sets you up to get the heck out of there. down at the bottom. Second entry. This is the first. Second. This is where the last egg is. Hug the wall. Take your damage. Voila. You are now at the helipad, and you have now left. Ooh. Yo, thanks, Coconut, for the GGs. Yeah, I was just doing a, like I said, I was doing a tutorial, as there's going to be a new runner learning this for December. At the very least, and I was, because I'm supposed to be helping teach them, and I went through what I thought I knew about the run, but apparently I forgot the two eggs right after grabbing Gennaro's card. Whoops. I'll probably splice it around. Forgot an egg? I never did that. I know, right? I'm just glad I remembered immediately which two they were, because I looked at them like, three? What? Like, what did I miss? Oh, I missed those two. It's not a tutorial without something getting fucked up, right? But holy crap, that took a little bit longer than I was expecting, but hey, got the whole thing in within 2 hours. But I talked about a lot of stuff, like every little nuance that I can think of that's not like just, adapting to the movement of the open areas or in the first person areas. That's the hardest part, is getting used to when to do fast turns, when to do normal turns, when you just need to slightly graze yourself left or right off of the bumpers.